If you're currently pregnant or have been pregnant in the past, chances are you've heard of pregnancy tea. This is a blend consisting of red raspberry leaf, nettle, oatstraw, and sometimes alfalfa. This is a nutritive herbal blend, meaning that these herbs contain a lot of nutrients. So by using it in a tea form, we're extracting a lot of vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, making it super beneficial if you're growing a small human. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be growing a baby to benefit from this tea. I like to think of this tea as like a nature's multivitamin. It has so many benefits to drinking this tea daily, and it's also a lot better than just drinking plain water. Most people are going to the grocery store, buying that box of tea bags, coming home, putting the tea bag in a hot cup of water, steeping it for 5-10 minutes, maybe even less, and then drinking it that way. But what if I told you that you're not unlocking the full potential of that tea blend by doing it that way? What's the solution? A long steeped herbal infusion. Let me show you exactly how to do that. So in order to make an herbal infusion, we're gonna need to steep the tea for about 4 to 8 hours. So what I like to do is start it the night before, and I make a super concentrated version of this and let it sit until I wake up in the morning. So you might be saying, wow, 4 to 8 hours? Seriously? Yes, we need to do 4 to 8 hours because the longer you brew it, the more nutrients and vitamins you're gonna get out of those herbs. So if you're only doing 5 to 10 minute brew times for nutritive herbs, you're barely scratching the surface of what kind of vitamins and minerals you can be pulling out of this blend. And no, this won't be the case for every single tea blend or every single herb, but nutritive herbs need a long steep time. So to start making this infusion, what I do is I grab a French press and I fill the herbs about halfway up it. I know that seems like a lot, but I'm making a concentrated version so that I can drink it throughout the day. And what I'll do is just add water and a little splash of this tea, so it's not just gonna be 1 to 2 cups worth of tea. This will be good for at least a day or maybe 2. And then after you add your herbs, pour some boiling water on top, and I like to stir it around just so everything's incorporated. Then we'll add the top of the French press and just let it sit there for the rest of the night. I know that I said that this is a concentrated version, but you may be looking at this and thinking that is a lot of herbs to be using and it's probably very expensive. I would suggest to buy your herbs in bulk. It's way more cost effective that way, and you can buy some good herbs that are very high in quality for a pretty good price if you're buying in bulk. You're definitely not going to be wanting to buy those little tea bags at the grocery store because not only is that very expensive, but if you open up those tea bags, you're barely getting any tea. So here I'm showing you the individual herbs that make up this blend. Right here is red raspberry leaf, and I'll put on the screen some of the health benefits. One of them being very toning for the uterus. This second ingredient is the nettle. That's basically nature's multivitamin right there. This is oatstraw. That's the last ingredient I am using in this blend. Like I said, you can use alfalfa too. Actually, while I was pregnant, I often put peppermint in this blend, and I felt like it took a lot of the bitterness away that can come from the red raspberry leaf. But I definitely suggest making this tea as is, playing around with the brewing times, and then you can play around with different herbs to add flavorings to it and really see what you like. Now this is the next morning after the tea has finished brewing and I've gotten my night's sleep, or non-night sleep since I have 2 small kids. If you know, you know. But we're just gonna push down that French press, pushing all the herbs down and filtering it out. We're gonna pour it into a mason jar, and I will keep that mason jar in the fridge. It will be good up to 3 days, but I usually like to drink this whole size that I've made within 1 day. And like I said, it's a concentrated version, so we're just gonna be putting almost a full cup of water, but then a splash of that in it. So add this tea blend to your daily habit. wellness routine. It's such a good blend if you're new to herbs and you don't know where to start. This tea blend is definitely nature's multivitamin and not only for pregnant women. Let me know if you try this, and thank you so much for watching.